Okay, again, nobody's telling me nothing, but I guess there's a protest at City Hall. Black Lives Matter. I always said, why are we fighting for something that's going on down the States? We should really be concerned about here in New Brunswick. Like I said, that Caroline Warnock begging for her life behind bars and died, but nothing is said about that. Now, I almost decided to wear my Trump shirt, but nah, that'll be too much agitating. A lot of young people, it's Tuesday. Oh, I could hear the noise. Go ahead. So I got a lot of people there. Now, where there's a lot of people, what you do, you wear a mask. You do wear a mask. I don't walk around with a mask, but I will wear a mask here. Wow, you don't see that too often. Look at that, the crowd. The crowd is right here. Holy Jesus. Wow. Wow.
Okay, so we say Black Lives Matter. Black lives, Black lives. Black lives matter. Black lives, Black lives. Black lives, Black lives. Black lives, Black lives. We need justice. 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 Okay, on the street, on the sidewalk. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. We need justice. We need justice. We need justice. Black lives matter. We need justice. We need justice. We need justice. We need justice. Black lives matter. We need justice. We need justice. We need justice.
Black lives. We want justice. 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 Black lives, Black lives. Black lives, Black lives. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.
Good spot, eh?
Oh, never seen anything like this in my life.
Hey, Kev.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, Jesus. Look at this, it never stops. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I don't know what to do, take pictures or videos, or we'll stick on the video.
No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace! Peace will never stop.
Justice!
No peace! No peace!
I've never seen this in my life.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, how you doing? Did you go on one knee or are you too old? Hey,
Hey, I watch your channel all the time,
how you
bud.
doing, you?
Good, you?
Doing good yourself?
I checked out your channel a couple of weeks ago. It's great, man.
You like it?
Yeah.
I didn't piss you off too much?
No, you get the hard-hitting questions, man.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Oh, absolutely, man. All for it.
Have some fun. Talk to you later.
It was an approved, and there's nothing wrong with standing up for social injustice. That's part of my case, right? Part of my life.
Well, this is the biggest protest since Frank McKenna, QP. This is Fredericton. You imagine this is Fredericton. Well, if this happens in Fredericton, holy Jesus. these people from?
Huh?
Where are all these people from?
All these people are all from here.
What? I mean, I thought they were hidden and stay on their Facebook.
They're all from here.
Yeah, but
All
what,
from here. We're all from New Brunswick.
what's going on? How come they don't smoke a joint and stay on their Facebook? I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, the Dixie's about to see it.
Oh my
Black Lives Matter!
Thousands, thousands.
Black Lives Matter!
We need peace. We need peace. We need freedom. We need peace. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! We need peace! We need peace! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! We need peace! We need freedom! We need freedom! We need peace! We need freedom! We need freedom! Equality! Equality! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! We need peace! We need peace! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! We need peace! We need peace!
Not bad, I was only shoved once. That was a woman with a dog.
Wow, this is amazing.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Thank you guys for coming out. This is amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the mountains. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Thank you, Fredericton, thank you! Oh my God! Thank you! Thank you, Fredericton! Wow, look at this! Look at this! Thank you, Fredericton!
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter!
We need freedom.
We need freedom!
We need peace.
We need peace!
All lives matter.
All lives matter!
All lives matter.
All lives matter!
We need justice.
We need justice!
We need justice for Floyd.
We need justice for Floyd!
Make them come.
Bottom of my heart.
Hey guys, if you guys want to come a little bit closer so the people in the back can come in too. Please, let's try to bring everybody in.
I'm not sure who did
But with a little bit of distance. You gotta follow the guidelines, right?
purple one. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Wow. This is amazing. My God. Fredericton really came out today, huh? Freddie City! Freddie City! We want justice! We want justice! We want justice! My God. I got a few words to say if you guys don't mind. Like I said before when I was walking, I said as I stand here today and look around, I don't see color. I see a human race. We came out today and stood as a human race, fighting for one thing, justice. We all know that racism is still alive, even here in our city. I've experienced it. I'm not gonna lie. When I drive my beat up car, I don't get stopped. But when I pull out a Porsche, I get pulled over. That's just one of my experiences. I don't want to go darker. But that's exactly what I'm trying to say. We are human beings just like everybody else. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. We got to educate ourselves, but not just ourselves, but the younger generation coming up. We all know, everybody always says the system is broken. But we all know the system is not broken. It's working exactly how it's intended. The system is not broken. It's working exactly how it's intended. So together, what I see coming together as people, this is what's going to change it right here. I got to give a little bit of history briefing. You know, back in the civil rights, I might get in trouble for this. The police would use the press, the white press, to convince the white public that 99% of the Negroes in the Negro communities were all criminals. And once, let me finish. And once the white public were convinced, what do you think happened? That gave the police, that paved the way for the police to go in and do what they do. So that's exactly it. We can't keep letting this thing happen. We gotta stand together. We gotta come together. Change first happens from the inside. That's why change happens first. It happens right here. Real revolution happens from the inside. Malcolm X once said, rest in peace, Malcolm. That's my guy. I will always represent him. Malcolm said, what is wrong, no matter who says it. I'm all for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm a human being first and foremost. And as such, I'm for whoever and whatever benefits of humanity as a whole. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out. I think I talked enough. Thank you guys so much. Black Lives Matter!
All right. Thank you. All right, now we have the singing here. A few words.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to introduce my friend and a very active person on the Black community on the SKU campus to give a couple words. Her name is Shannon Gums, and I'd like you all to welcome her here.
I'm Shannon. Thank you guys so much for coming. I truly didn't expect so many people to be here. I guess I just wanted to say really quickly. It's not enough to not be racist, you know? It's not enough to say I'm not racist and leave it there. We have to be anti-racist. We have to be against racism. And that starts with unlearning everything that we've learned, challenging what we hear in the media, reaching out to people of color, to Black people, and hearing their experiences and listening. And not just listening, listen to understand. And it starts with challenging your family members, criticizing your family members, that one racist uncle that you have, your grandparents and your parents who are like set in their ways. Call them out. You know, because when they spread that ignorance inside your home, when they spread that ignorance at the dinner table, it doesn't stop there. It affects us because they bring that outside and they say that stuff to us and we internalize that stuff, you know? So while I appreciate you guys being here, and I really do appreciate you guys being here, if you actually want to make a difference, call out the bull, you know? Say something. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for planning this. It's a much needed event. And we like to look to the South and say, oh, you guys are so racist. Racism is here as well. It's right in Fredericton. It's right across Canada. And I want this to be the generation that says, no, like stop this right now. I don't want my kids to have to go through all of this. So yeah, thank you. And
hello everyone, my name is Mina. Thank you. I've lived here for 6 years. I've seen Fredericton in a different light. I have been discriminated here. I've struggled to get employed here still to this day in spite of COVID-19. There are issues that are happening in this city, and just as Shannon has said, we got to talk to our family members. You have to call things out and not let what continues to happen be secret. My voice has been screaming for years and years, and only today am I hearing that people are listening. Our voices have been loud forever. It's up to you to pay attention. It's up to you to make changes so that I can get employed, so that my brother doesn't have to be harassed by police. He was arrested and detained unlawfully in Montreal. He said at the age of 12, he was beaten by 17-year-old boys in Camp Getty and Nova Scotia. I can tell you stories that happened in Atlantic Canada. So don't you think that we are clear of hatred here, that we are clear of ignorance. Ignorance has never cured anything. And let me remind you that tragedy has brought us here. And all of you have said Black Lives Matter, so it's left your lips. You can no longer defy that. You have to remind yourself that Black Lives Matter. And on top of that, on this country, if you don't believe Black Lives Matter, you understand as well that if you know Black Lives Matter, Indigenous lives matter as well. Sorry. Listen, and all of us can be here because George was killed in the United States. All of us can be here for when Indigenous ladies and women and children and boys are gone and no longer here. So can you hear me when I say Black liberation and Indigenous liberation? We are here because there are things that are no longer going to be accepted, ladies and gentlemen. You have to look into yourself and say, do I want to be part of the change? What do I have to do? Yes. What do I have to do? Stop asking me. Stop asking us.
Easter paper. I have 8 assault charges against the Fredericton police. I was raped for fucking days. They did nothing. I was assaulted by Carmichael, Ember, Thornton.
You better stop it. You better stop it. You better stop it.
Great-grandmother who
You better
died.
stop it.
Who spoke here for a homeless shelter. I'm not enough.
Thank you so much for your words. We're listening. Again, sorry. I'm going to hand this off, but please, ladies and gentlemen, it's really about what you do in your own homes. It's really what you do in your own workplace. My mother and father work for the Canadian Forces and have for many, many years. My mom has been told her hairstyle is unprofessional. She's been told by people in the military that her body, that she is a physical threat in the workplace just because of the color of her skin. My parents served this country because they care for each and every one of you, as many people of color serve this country, so remember us as well. And for the cops out there who are good, continue to fight for what's right. Do not allow those in your workplaces to discriminate and use your time to speak up, because we include you. We need each other. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, just recognizing the crowd, I'll just reiterate that please wear a mask when you can. We do have excess masks here, so if you don't have a mask, please come get one, and also sanitize frequently and avoid speaking moistly to each other. Thank you. I'm also overwhelmed by the support that we've received and the crowd and the turnout here. And I think this is a great first step in actually acknowledging that we do face a problem here in New Brunswick and here in Fredericton. Racism is alive and well here, even though it's easy for us to dismiss it and say, oh, at least it's not, and these are things that I've heard personally saying, it's not as bad as it used to be, or it's not as bad as it is in the United States, but it is still a problem here that we need to address. When I just came here, I realized that quickly, because Canada likes to buy into the facade that of multiculturalism and, oh, it's so inclusive, and kind of hides the dirt. And kind of hides the history, and that's evident in how a lot of people don't even know about residential schools or Indigenous history or the part that Canada played in slavery and segregation. There was segregation here in New Brunswick. Black people weren't allowed to watch the same movies in the same place as whites right here in New Brunswick. People were not hired because of the color of their skin right here in Fredericton. So next time you say that racism doesn't exist, it is, and we experience it on a day-to-day basis. So listen to the racialized people when they tell you that there is a problem and how you can help to be a part of the solution by talking to your racist uncle or your racist aunt. As I've heard that many times, oh, yeah, I have a racist uncle, I have a racist aunt, like I have a racist grandparent, but it's your obligation to speak to them and disseminate that ignorance and speak to them about racism and why it's important for us to stand together and fight systemic oppression. And as I already said this before, but I realized something earlier. Before we went on the march, I was thinking about how I've been perceived as a threat all my life, how my parents have had to basically school me on how to interact with the police. Even when I'm not doing anything wrong, I have to make an active effort in order to appear innocent and not like a threat. When I just came here, someone said to me that they expected me to be more gangster or be more thug, and trying to put me in that box, just perceiving me as a threat, even when I'm not. And I decided today that we'll be reclaiming that word threat, and that I am a threat, we are a threat to the systems of oppression that keep our people down. We are a threat to all forms of white supremacy. We're a threat to police brutality. We're a threat to capitalism. We're a threat to all systems of oppression. So I'm going to take ownership that I am a threat. And you are all threats to these systems of oppression if you do your part. And we're counting on you to do your part. Not just coming here for the social media buzz, or just to put it on your Snapchat or Instagram story, but work towards meaningful change of educating yourself and educating those around you, and that's how we'll get real change. Now, I wanna hand over to also my good friend and a strong voice and a strong advocate within the Fredericton community around racial issues to say a couple words. Dorcas.
Can everyone hear me? Okay. Often Black people and Indigenous voices are silenced in the system, but today we'll be speaking out and standing up. Say their names. Say all the names of the women that have been stolen and kidnapped. Say the names of the bodies that have been beaten, bruised, and brutalized. Today we will not be silent. Black lives matter. Our voices matter. Our bodies matter. Our rights matter. We all matter. We have been disfranchised for over 100 years, stripped and deprived from everything, beaten and bruised.
Yo!
Thank you.
Up my arm, girl, real tight, right at your big.
Yeah. Years after Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, and till this day, we are still fighting for rights. We are still fighting for justice and peace. The civil rights movements, we were here dreaming for justice. As Martin Luther King once said, we were all dreaming. But today I am tired of dreaming. I am tired of sleeping. I want to wake up. Let's wake up. It's enough. Enough is enough. We will not be silent. We will protest. We will not be silent until justice is given. And when justice and glory is given, let me just say that it will be ours. Okay, so we're gonna do a few chants. I see like posters that have really nice stuff written on it, so we'll try to do that. So when I say enough is enough, you guys just repeat after me. And then we'll like keep going like that for a little bit. Enough is? Enough! Enough is? Enough! Enough is? Enough! Enough is? Enough! Stop killing us! 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 No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! I can't breathe! 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 Okay, now I want everybody to put their hands up. This is not a, keep it safe.